Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Wisdom of Kabbalah. People don't achieve their targets in their lives and then give up. And why will they give up? Because their desire is not so strong. We need to have our strong desire. We need to know, we need to understand what we really want, and that it is not given to us by the society, it is our own private target. And we need to know the way how to achieve it. And the most important thing, we have to know that there is a reality, the source, creator, who wants to give us these benefits, wants to give us all the pleasures, because in our reality we have everything. And even you know what you really want, the next what you have to do, what we have to do is to use a special skill which is sleeping, and we use it automatically. We can be more active on this skill, and this skill is visualization. So we started talking about visualization previous video, what we should visualize. And you have to know that we have our reality and we perceive the world using our subconsciousness, like library, like a storage of all information, and we decode the reality we see around us using our subconscious. So this automatic process using subconscious in our consciousness, our awareness. And we decode and we can say this is bad or good, this is truth or this is not truth. You will be surprised that you can change your interpretation of reality, but for what? To live life positive, to see the world like endless opportunities. You can see the world like an endless opportunities, infinite opportunities to make your life more interesting. Our consciousness is very restricted. We need something and we say, I just need this one, this could make me happy. But you can make your consciousness wider. Visualization is an important part. Exactly the place where you have to dream about your dreams is exactly before going to sleep. My name is Adam and this is the Wisdom of Kabbalah. This world exists to limit us with physical boundaries and time, so that we can work of the growth of our souls according to these limitations. Along with this, we were given the opportunity for the time to break free from these limitations and experience a sense of freedom. To do so, we must transform our perception of reality, studying the wisdom passed down by Kabbalists and prophets who taught us about the connection between roots and branches, the spiritual and material world. The outer world mirrors that is inside us. Here I am looking at the reality in front of me, but how do I know that what truly exists within this reality? Say, for instance, I see someone. Where does this data about I perceive exists? It is stored in the posterior part of the brain. Without this information, there would be no perception of objects or interpretation of reality. A person would see objects, but without knowing their significance or purpose. This knowledge is hidden in the subconsciousness and rises up to consciousness. The whole system works non-stop within us, like a collision of forces, like an impactful interaction. It constantly perceives and rapidly delivers information to our consciousness. But it is an automatic process, lightning fast process. However, to change your perception of reality, you must do so with consciousness effort by stopping your automatic perception and integrating new knowledge into the subconsciousness through studying books, working with a teacher, and practicing specialized exercises. So here on this Anavigator, you have information we give you, and let's say this is a book. This information was given by Rav Avraham David Fisherman, and he worked with this methodology to make you and me happy. So we have a teacher. And the next one, here on this Anavigator, you have special practical things we name IHUDIM, and if you practice them every day, you will see the results. Now listen very carefully. Torah says that on Mount Sinai, the entire people saw the sounds. One might also say the entire nation heard images. This speaks to a level of perception beyond the physical senses. When it comes to a person who perceives a realm beyond space and time, he is capable of seeing and hearing without the use of physical senses. The sense of a human replaces the functions of these senses and perceives the reality free from form and physical size. Beyond time and place, it can perceive sounds as signs and images as sounds, for all impressions emanate from it and return to it, like a wheel of constant motion. Take the example of the eye's perception. Vision moves toward the objects and then return inward to the observer. This is how it interacts with the reality. There is a constant movement from me toward me and back and forth. Perception operates like a turbine, and conscience constantly interprets and moves towards the object being interrupted. Consciousness constantly interprets and moves towards the objects being interpreted. And now, very important, perception beyond the physical senses begins to flow outward into the external world, and upon receiving it itself, it sees and understands all that has been perceived beyond places and specific situation. After a person through his senses makes a movement toward as external object, returns to himself and understands something about the object, the object is no longer necessary, for the knowledge has already become a part of him. The nature of our understanding is gathered in this way, constantly renewing itself as we rise to higher level and enter deeper levels of it. The more intimately we become acquainted with our own infinity, entering into our own infinity will open up new possibilities for us. The realization of our own infinity, as well as the infinity of those around us, leads to unlimited possibilities. Therefore, if we wish to change our lives, we must change ourselves. We need to open ourselves in deeper levels of perception. And why visualization is so important? Using this special skill and knowledge we give you, you can see the world absolutely different, like alternative reality. And then you will be really surprised that our world we live is so small, and we can go to the much bigger world and become happy automatically. For example, people wrongly believe that their souls resides inside the physical body. But there is no inside or outside. There is only the interpretation of reality by our consciousness. What we perceive and break down as ourselves, as a physical body, is merely our subjective perception. The soul is not located in any specific place. In spiritual realm, there is no place. There is a perceiver who interprets himself as a physical body and associates it with the specific place. The perceiver, the one who is aware of this, exists beyond any place. What exists is only the reflection of consciousness in the reality he perceives. People live and play many different roles in life, often forgetting about their true selves, the ones who exist beyond these situations and roles. This true nature of a person is forgotten, and we disconnect from it as we play various roles and suffer forgetting that we are the ones who create the story. We can rewrite our story. We can stop perceiving and interpreting the world like most do. We can change ourselves, our lives, by changing our attitude toward it. We need to return to the main creator of the story, ourselves, and reconnect with the fact that we are not just actors. Fundamentally, true interpretation of reality should so exist without interfering with each other. I do not mind seeing a person as a physical body while also recognizing that he is a desire to receive. Moving through shifts in cause and effect. I do not see a book in front of me and knowing that it is a portal or an entryway to another world. I do not mind reading this book and understanding that the letters written in it are imprints of a spiritual realized teacher, and through these letters he is speaking to me now. Changing your interpretation is like stepping into a completely different world and seeing reality in a way that is unlike how everyone else perceives it. Those who have a similar interpretation of reality are in the same world. We should recognize the importance of the material world and the benefits it offers. While we need our rules, we must also remember the one who creates the story. When you become so absorbed in your role that you forget who is behind the scenes, you lose awareness of that is truly happening. You simply play the role believing it to be the ultimate reality. However, the truth is that you are not part of this play. You can make your spiritual transformation and growth by taking on different roles. Through them, you refine and develop your spiritual qualities. People perform actions, but they forget about the one who is acting. I may wish to give gift to my wife flowers, but the real question is, what is the deeper purpose behind this action? If I am looking to perform an action or improve the one who stands behind the world of action, by changing the one who acts with me, my action has shaped the actor to be more giving, more involved, and more loving. Then my action has made a meaningful correction, and if the action is disconnected from the one acting, I forget the true purpose and live lost in actions, separated from my essence. So, why we talk about this thing, about interpretation of reality, about our brains, about our consciousness, about our subconscious, about positivity of the world, if we go deeper into ourselves. You remember I told you about the dreams, and the special time to dream about your dreams is just before dreaming. So now is the time to be more focused. Following the principles of dreams, we need to visualize our desires so that they become real and perceivable, as if they are happening in real life. And now we will try with you to work with visualization and to open the skill to make it stronger in your life. And you can practice this every day and you will see the results. So, before engaging in visualization, take time and write down and describe in detail what you wish to receive. It is best to write in the present tense, as if you have already received it. Describe in detail the feeling of enjoyment when you experience your desire fulfilled. And when we fall asleep, our consciousness relaxes and becomes like a flowing stream of water. This is the liminal state, when a person is not yet fully asleep. During this period, the subconsciousness effortlessly gathers and processes information. By the end of the day, it is essential to leave behind all the negative moments that occurred. All the stresses, all conflicts we have faced should be cleared away to ensure the success of the new day. Before going to sleep, forgive everyone who has caused you any harm. Feel yourself at peace with all that has happened and tell yourself, the source is goodness. The flow of pleasure and happiness wishes to give me. As you lie in bed, sense the percents. Feel that you are in an infinite ocean of love and visualize your desires clearly on the inner screen of your mind. Think only about this, calmly, without losing the flow of thought that you will feel between sleep and wakefulness. Observe this flow, it has much to teach you, and so fall asleep with this mindset, and this is attitude needed before sleep. Visualization. Again, to summarize, we are born to make happy. We were created by Creator to be happy. And the reality has everything, all benefits, all pleasures, all delights. But we are not focused on that. We are not focused on that. Why? Because our desire is very weak. But why it is very weak? Because we don't know that there is a Creator who wants to give us, and He makes us as a desire to receive. And we don't know what we want. But even we know what we want, we maybe take this desire from the society. So we need to separate ourselves from the society and think, is it real my desire or not? If it is not my desire, I need to sit and deeply think more time to understand what I really need now to become happy. And then I need to find the information, I need to find the way how to achieve it. And it is not only to go to university or special courses to get some new knowledge, some professional skills. Also, it is important to, and it is the most part we have to do, we need to grow our inner skills, our inner world, our inner forces. And this is very important, because if you have stronger intention, if you have strong desire, if your desire is the one, you will follow, you will keep this desire, you will be able to keep and hold your desire and focus on that nothing around you will break you from your target. And the next, when you have this kind of strong desire, sometimes we have negative mindsets. As we mentioned before, please watch this video about negative mindsets. And now we know that we can work, we can manage them. Just to remove them, if I say I don't know, I change them, I will understand how to do this. Or if I cannot, I am able to do this. And the next step is to understand that you are not alone, and so many people in the world have the same desire to be happy. So you can include them into your power, and it will support you as well. And the next is visualization. And visualization we have before you get this knowledge, is automatic process. But now we tell you that you can change your perception of reality using the new knowledge and using special knowledge and special wisdom to tell you that this world is not the only one, and you can see it is more wider if you open yourself to the wisdom, to the new knowledges, to the new laws, and to the root laws we give you here on Anavigator. Using this methodology, you are able to study new perception of reality, alternative reality, and you can see the world absolutely in positive way. So, and the most important thing we tell you now, that you can use this visualization going sleep, and this is exactly the time when you need to think about this one. You need to dream about your dreams just before dreaming. As you already receive it, you just feel as you receive it now. And this is not the fake, this is a real, you should come to the real feeling that you already receive it, and then you go sleep. It will support you on the way to be happy. This is a wisdom of Kabbalah. Adam, see you soon.